So from the voice of the customer, go to a Kano analysis. And Kano analysis is a method that we can use to actually understand what things are critical for the project, what things are not that critical for the project. So, very often you're going to have multiple whys that you need to pursue at the same time, multiple axes that you're going to take a look at, and that'll become too complicated, right? So the Kano analysis is a way to understand what is actually the few things that are more important that are in the project, and what are things that maybe you don't need to put in the project because you're not going to have time, so you can do it faster and quicker and kind of reach exactly the point that you need. Okay, so Kano, we want to understand the importance of things, high or little, and how does that impact the perception of the customer. So that also could be used just to understand how the customer perceive a product, any product that we have, right? Not only for a project management tool, okay, or process improvement tool. So you asked two questions basically. So how would you feel if the product, service, or process that you're looking at had this attribute? The second question, how would you feel if that product, process, or service did not have this attribute? Okay, and here, not this way. Here we have an example of three things that you asked the positive and the negative question, right? So in this example, we're looking at a management science course. So imagine that we are I'm actually am in the curriculum development committee, so I am developing the curriculum for operations supply chain. Might be some changes in the future, but let's think that we are in a committee for the changing the curriculum, and we want to know what courses to put, what classes to put, right? So first, the positive, right? How would you feel if linear programming was part of that management science course or operation supply chain program? And then we have the answers here. I would like it if it was. I'm neutral. Now that doesn't matter. I don't care. Or I would not like it. No, I don't want a linear programming. I hate linear programming. So of course, no one answered that. The second, how would you feel if acceptance sampling was part of that? 15% said it would like it. 5% said, oh, I hate when it does that. Why are you doing this? 5% said, it's normally there. 60% said, I don't care. So very different than linear programming, right? Because people don't care about acceptance sampling. And 20% said, I would not like it, right? And then response surface, there's 50% said I would like it, but I have 40% if I don't care, and I would not like it at 10%, right? But for the same thing, we answer the what did you feel if it was not part of it, right? So let's take linear programming. If linear programming was not part of a management science course, right? So you can see here that I would not like it. It's 85%. So, yeah, so be surprised. 85% of people said it would not like if it was not there. 80% said it would like if it is there. So, how important linear programming is? It is very important, right? Because it could be a dissatisfaction here, right? If it's not there, people will be angry. And it's also satisfaction here because if it's there, people would like it, right? So it's dissatisfaction is not there. It's satisfaction if it is there. So it is a very very important criteria to use, like in this case, course to use. And then if we look here, we have some classifications. So these different courses will be classified as dissatisfiers or basic requirements, satisfiers, so things that make the customer have a good perception of the product or the project. The delighters, and they're the tricky ones because a delighter will be something that makes you more satisfied, but if it's not there, you're still satisfied, right? So that is the what do you call the cherry on top of the ice cream? Is that it? So that's kind of the uh, uh, kind of the charm, the woohoo moment, right? The one that will make a big impression at the end, right? So it's important, but if you can't do that, it's still be people still be satisfied, right? So what you do later on is you can classify them into those criteria, right? So if you have the positive answers here, you have the negative answers here in the columns, right? So if the majority of the positive is going to be like that is going to be there, don't like if it's not there, it's going to be a satisfier. And guess what? Our linear programming is going to be a satisfier, right? So very important to be there because we would like if it's there, and we would hate if it's not there. So that becomes a satisfier. Okay, let's take a look at the other ones, right? So here, linear program was here. I would like if it's there, and I would hate if it's not there, right? So let's take a look at acceptance sampling. So I don't care if it's there. That's okay. And I also don't care if it's not there. So don't care if it's there. Don't care if it's not there. Do you think it's important? Eh, it's not, right? Because it's basically not going to impact the how our customer feels. If you go back here, say don't care and don't care. So it's not even something that it's worth classifying, right? Don't care and don't care, just throw away of the project. Okay. So let's take a look at the next one. So response surface. I would like it if it's there, 50%. That was the majority. And I don't care if it's not there. So if it's not there, that's okay. But if it's there, I like it. What kind you think it is? Tick, 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 tick. Well, let's go back to our would like it if it's there. Don't care if it's not. So that's the classic delighter, right? So what does that mean for the project? If you have time to do it, do it. If you don't have time to do it, don't do it. Customers still be satisfied, right? And here you have the ones that it's normal, but I won't like it, right? This is the most important criteria. That don't like if it's not there, right? So if I don't like if it's not there, it's okay if it's there, or I don't care if it's there. That's also a dissatisfier. So that's basically a basic requirement because if you don't do that, they'll be mad at you. So you have to do it, right? But it's not something that'll be woohoo, it was there, right? It's just some basic requirement of that project, right? So I like always to put delighters into the project because then people will be delighted at the end, right? And we'll have some extra work, but it's worth it, right? So always go that extra mile to show the quality of the program and the students that we have. That's you guys. And here we have what we call the kind of way to represent the Kano analysis. So this is the satisfaction, high and low, and this is the importance, not important and very important. So that was one of the inventory management project I did with Sunoco. So in this case, the map the current state inventory replenishment process and analyze current state of replenishment process were basic requirements, propose future state, use the historical data to quantify that inventory replenishment system were satisfiers, and the lighters was to develop recommendations how to control and use key performance metrics for the future state, right? So it basically took the deliverables and divided them into those three classifications.